Hey guys, my name is Faraz and I'm an undergraduate teaching assistant for Anatomy and Physiology 1. Most YouTubers have sponsors, so today's video is not sponsored by ASAP. ASAP is a resource at UIC that you are paying for. I wouldn't have been as successful in anatomy without going to tutoring multiple times a week. I strongly encourage you all to check out ASAP and their tutoring services to help you make sense of the information that you are learning in this class. Last week's video was a cooking video. This week's video is a challenge, and that challenge is teach random people anatomy challenge. And with all challenges, I nominate you all to talk to your friends, your family, and strangers and try to teach them about anatomy. And in doing so, it will help you better understand the material. 3 videos in, hopefully you realize that I'm a somewhat sarcastic person and that I enjoy parody and satire of other YouTube videos. So the challenge says teach random people anatomy challenge, but what are we teaching and who are we teaching it to? We are going to go over the 8 directional terms in anatomy and we're gonna play Simon Says. And we're gonna do that with my cameraman, Jared. Let's get started. So the first directional term is superior. Superior means above, and an example of this is the nose is superior to the mouth. The second directional term is inferior, and that means below. An example of this is the nose is inferior to the eyes. The third directional term is dorsal, also known as posterior. Dorsal, the way I remember dorsal is sharks have dorsal fins and they have them on their back. An example of dorsal is the spine is dorsal to the heart. The fourth directional term is ventral, also known as anterior. Ventra is a bus card, and you use your ventra to get places and to go forward. So an example of this is the heart is ventral to the spine. So the fifth directional term is proximal. Proximal means in closer, as in proximity. And you might be asking, closer to what? And that is the trunk of the body, which is essentially your entire body outside of your limbs. So an example of this is your elbow is proximal to the wrist. So the sixth directional term is distal, and that means further away or as in distance. And further away from what? Again, that means the trunk of the body. So an example of this is your wrist is distal to the elbow. The seventh directional term is medial, and that means middle. An example of this is the heart is medial to the lungs. The eighth directional term is lateral, and that means sides. The lungs are lateral to the heart. So let's play Simon Says. Simon Says, point to something that is inferior to the nose. Okay. Point to something that is distal to the elbow. Good job. Simon Says, point to something that is distal to the elbow. Good job. Point to something that is medial to the lungs. Simon Says, point to something that is medial to the lungs. Okay, Simon Says, point to something that is ventral to the spine. Okay, point to something that is superior to the nose. Okay, Simon Says, point to something that is superior to the nose. Okay, point to something that is proximal to the elbow. It didn't say Simon Says. It's not good. Simon Says, point to something that is lateral to the heart. Okay, good job. And point to something that is dorsal to the heart. Okay, Simon says, point to something that is dorsal to the heart. Okay, good job. Okay. High five. Alright, thank you for joining my game show.
No problem.
Talking about and teaching anatomy to people who might not know too much about anatomy is one way to help you better understand the material. Creating and playing games is also another way for you to better understand the material. Thanks again to Jaren for helping me out with this video, and until next time, this is Straz, signing out.